Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a long overdue update check-in for my no-buy, my year-long no-buy. I am nervous to film this video. I'm just gonna say that. Before we get started, I do just want to give a, just in case, I gave my dog this no hide chew. It's like an alternative to rawhide, and it's like tortilla and like chicken, and I don't know what's happening. It's upstairs. She took it upstairs. As soon as I gave it to her, she kind of slowly crept up the stairs. I feel like she was trying to hide from me because she was like, you didn't mean to give this to me, and you're gonna realize that you didn't mean to give it to me, and you're gonna try and take it away from me, so I'm gonna go away from you so I can eat it in peace. But she's destroying it upstairs. So if you hear any craziness going on, because I can hear it, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but also if she brings it down here or something, it might be kind of loud, so I'm very sorry. So real quickly, I did dye my hair. It is going to be a nice lavender once this fades, so it's kind of purple right now. So I decided to do a purple eye look to go with it. And a lot of my shadows that I'm panning right now are purpley, so yeah, I felt like that ended up working out really well. Another thing really quickly, I do have some major allergy issues going on right now. There is a ton of that cottonwood stuff. We get it in the springtime and the summer here where I live. It's just everywhere. It looks like it's snowing sometimes. It's weird, but I'm really allergic to it, so I'm a little sniffly. So I apologize if I sound sick or anything like that, and if I don't seem super alert. I feel I'm very yeah. So let's go ahead and get into this update. So first thing, I guess it's been a while since I've updated. So I think the biggest thing to tell you guys is that I have stuck to my rules. I haven't broken them. I feel like I'm doing very, very well with my no-buy. I did purchase a few things for what I consider to be my self-care category, which I did allow myself certain things. I did realize that that category was sort of ambiguous when it came down to it. I think I needed some better rules kind of set in place for that category, but I really learned some things about buying things to make yourself feel better, and not just oh, buying things makes me happy, it gives me a rush. Buying things in order to maybe appear a certain way so that you feel better about yourself. You buy, maybe if you're feeling unattractive and you buy yourself a nice pair of jeans kind of thing. So without getting too much into it, I think we all have these moments, maybe not every single one of us, but I think a lot of people have these moments where they just feel super unattractive. I was feeling so bloated, I was feeling so overweight, I was feeling very, I don't know, chubby, I guess. I felt like I was just really packing on the pounds, even though I don't think I really was. I just was really in a place where I felt I just really had a negative self-image, a negative body image, and I bought a couple of things that I thought were going to help me feel better about myself, things that would help me feel more confident in myself, and also things that might help with weight loss. And I put those under my self-care category because I was feeling so shitty about everything, if that makes sense. I was just feeling really, really down on myself, and I was like, you know what, I have to do something to make myself feel more attractive. Also, I was having this is gonna be too much information for some people probably, but I was having, well, not really, I guess, I don't know. It's not that gross. I was having some just still kind of am having some out of control dandruff issues. And I just felt like it was getting to the point where I literally felt like I was going crazy because I was so itchy, like my scalp was so itchy. And so I was having, like, at the same time as feeling unattractive, I also felt like there was something off with my hygiene. Like, let me know if you ever have this thought, like if you ever feel like you just, maybe you're missing something, like maybe there's something about the way that you shampoo your hair that like is like not good enough, so then that's why you have dandruff, or like things like that. Like maybe you just never learned how to shampoo correctly or something, and like, I don't know, I was just having this weird time where I just was feeling really unattractive and also feeling like almost like my hygiene just wasn't as good as it should have been. I bought a couple different things to kind of, I thought that they were gonna kind of help with my hygiene being like not good, even though it's fine. And I bought a couple of things like to make me, I don't know, just like things that I was like, oh, if I have that, I will be more attractive or feel more attractive. So like, for example, I did buy like a bra and underwear set. It was like, I don't know, oh my gosh, my dog is going crazy up there. It was like a bralette and some like nice underwear that I was like, oh, like when I wear those, I'll feel good, like, because they're gonna be really comfortable. And like, I don't know, it didn't, like, none of it helped except for the thing that I bought for my scalp, which was one of those like scalp shampoo brushes. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna go grab one of them. I think this is the Silly Scrub, I think is the name of it. I had seen a lot of ads for it on Instagram, like even like way before I started my no buy, and I was like, oh my god, like I really want to try that out. And I kept holding off on it because I was like, is it really gonna do anything? And then my scalp was just getting crazy itchy to the point where I felt like I couldn't think about anything else other than the fact that my scalp was itchy. So I bought this off of, I think it's called like the Rose Glow shop or something, I don't remember. And I don't know, it took kind of a while for it to ship out, and then it took a while to get here. And so I was like, at first, like before I got it, I was like, like, is that shop real? I've never really heard anyone talk about it. Maybe it was a scam. Maybe like I wasted 15 bucks. And then I found the same thing. I mean, it looked exactly the same. And I found it on Amazon for like $5. And I'm pretty sure that one is fake. But I was like, how different can they really be? So I went ahead and bought the one off of Amazon because I was like, I can't wait anymore. And that came within like a day, right? And so I have 2 of these now, but because this one finally showed up. But basically you like just go and like you put your shampoo in, and then you use this to kind of like massage your scalp, and it really helps to exfoliate the scalp. And this was actually like a purchase that I am so happy that I made because it has really like helped with my scalp. Like, some of my purchases did help me feel a little bit more confident, and others like didn't. And I think when it comes to things like your hygiene, that's one thing. When it comes to things that you just think will kind of help with your appearance or your self-image, like having like good hygiene can really build confidence. Trying to fix something that you see as being wrong with your appearance is like a completely separate thing. And I really learned that lesson this past like couple of months. Another kind of thing that I've learned about myself through this no buy is that I do kind of get caught up in the promise that like, oh, if I buy this thing, it's gonna make me more attractive, and it's gonna solve all my problems. And we've talked about this before, I believe, in one of my previous no buy videos, where you know, you think like if you buy that one thing, you just have to buy that one more thing, and then your life will be perfect. You're magically gonna get fit and eat healthy and wake up early and be super productive and be like the perfect version of yourself if you just buy that one last thing. Like maybe it's a highlighter, maybe it is a, you know, super fancy alarm clock. I think is one of the examples that I used last time I talked about this, was like, oh, if I just buy the right alarm clock with one that has like one of those lights that like gradually turns on, like suddenly I'm going to be able to wake up early in the morning. It's getting light out in the morning, super early these days, and what is your girl doing? She's still in bed. Yeah. I have continued to learn. I've continued to kind of, I feel like, grow as a person through this no-buy. I think it's been a really great experience. The part that I'm a little nervous to talk to you guys about, because I mean, on the one hand, I need to stop worrying about like if people are gonna be upset about like my own decisions regarding my own life, but on the other hand, I don't know, you know, I feel like if you're invested in someone else's no-buy, you might feel a little disappointed if they were to shake things up a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's still my no-buy. So, guys, I am contemplating ending my no-buy. We're almost not quite 5 months into this no-buy. I don't think I would ever end it before the 6-month mark. I personally feel like I'm ready for the next step. I don't know. I haven't felt the need to like go on a binge and like order a shit ton of stuff. Definitely have makeup items and like hair care and skincare items that I'm like, ooh, I really want to try that. Like that looks nice. And I never got to the point where I was ever considering buying anything. It was just I had kind of a list in my head of things that I do want. I've pretty much been able to talk myself out of wanting any of these things. Like, not that I'm never going to buy them in the future, but like for instance, there's that tan Natasha Denona palette. It's like highlighters. It has like 2 cream highlighters. I think like it's either a bronzer or a really like deep highlighter and like another like beautiful powder highlight. I really, really want that palette, but even right now as I'm contemplating potentially ending my no-buy, I'm still thinking about, you know, like, do I really need it? It has colors that I already have. I could probably find a lot of dupes in my collection. Am I never ever gonna buy it? No, but I don't have that urge that like I'm gonna like break my no-buy and like immediately buy it, you know? And I have some other things that I want that like I know that I could probably find some dupes in my collections. I know I could find some dupes in my collections for those items that I want, and I just am feeling like the part of me that would immediately like buy those things plus like a ton of other stuff, like I know that part of me is definitely grown. You know, if I were to buy something from Sephora, if there was something that I want and I decide to get it, I know that I wouldn't like just add some other things to my cart like just cause. The excuses that I would tell myself to make it okay, like, oh, you have a YouTube channel, you need to stay on top of the beauty, like that stuff, that way of thinking just doesn't make sense to me anymore, because especially after my no-buy, I decided that, you know, going forward on my channel, instead of talking specifically about products, if I am going to be doing a tutorial, which by the way, I do need to get back into making tutorials, but my goal with those tutorials isn't going to be like to show off products. It's not going to really be about the products at all. It's always going to be kind of centered around a technique that I want to share with you guys, something like that, something along those lines. Like, I don't want it to be focused on like, oh, here's this new amazing product that you have to get, you know? Like, I want to encourage people watching my channel that, like, if I am doing a tutorial, that they don't need those exact products, they just need the technique. And like, you know, if the technique includes a bronzer, for example, they're gonna need a bronzer. But like, the point will be not that they need that specific bronzer that I'm using, but just whatever bronzer that they already have. You know what I mean? That was a weird example with a bronzer, but like, so that's kind of where I'm coming from, that like before I really felt like, oh, well, if I have a beauty channel, I have to be trying out constantly like new things. And I told myself like, well, that's the only way my channel will ever grow, is if I'm on top of new releases and I know everything about all the new products. Otherwise, like, what kind of beauty channel am I? And that was like, you know, me before my no-buy and me after my no-buy. I'm like, wow, the beauty community really doesn't need to be about this. It doesn't have to be about the new products. It can be more about techniques and about enjoying what you already have. But I also, at the same time, understand that I'm never going to not want to buy makeup. That want is always going to be there. Kind of like I feel like I have everything very much under control. I don't, like, again, like I said, there are things that I want, sure, but I really feel empowered to, like, she's going ham on that shoe up there. Damn. What I'm basically trying to say is that I feel like I learned what I was supposed to from my no-buy. I'm not going to end my no-buy yet. I will make my decision later, probably at the 6-month mark. I'll decide if I want to keep going or not. What really, like, shows me that I'm ready is that I was, you know, having this kind of conversation with myself in my head, like, well, you might as well just stick it out for a full year. Why not? And that was the thing that made me realize that it's probably time for me to move to the next kind of phase of this, because I haven't really like, if somebody was like, no, you have to stick this out for another year, or, you know, like, I guess what I'm saying, I'm trying to think of, like, what scenario someone else could, like, tell me that I had to, like, stick to my no-buy, and I'm, like, not coming up with anything that makes sense. But, like, basically, if I told myself, like, no, you're going to stick this out for the full year, I would just be like, oh, okay, like, that's fine, I can do that. Like, it's not, that's the thing, is, like, nothing has been hard about this no-buy. And, there's definitely been some touch and go moments that I guess I would have talked about had I been updating every single month, but overall this has been way easier than I thought it was going to be. And I haven't bought replacements. I really haven't bought, like, I literally have bought no makeup. I have 2 new makeup items in my collection. They were both gifts. Like, I haven't bought a mascara, I haven't bought anything, I haven't bought skincare. I bought some hair products that my hairdresser was like, you need to get these, after she spent 6 hours fixing my hair. This wasn't for this. This was back when I had to fix my roots that had This was back when I had my, like, super grown out roots. And it just hasn't been as hard as I was expecting it. I really expected it to be, like, this massive struggle. I expected to just have this, like, war inside myself. I really don't feel like there's much else left to do but to take that next step. I think the next step is just to practice being a thoughtful consumer. And to me, that's not with a budget. It's really, in my opinion, it's not really about want or need. I want a lot of things. I need very little things in terms of beauty. Really, just what I would be doing is thinking about my ultimate goal with my collection, which is to have a curated collection. And to me, I know that this word curated probably means different things to different people. For me, it really doesn't mean anything about the size of my collection. It just means that everything in my collection is something that I love and use. Well, at some point, it does kind of take size into consideration, because if you have too big of a collection, you're not going to be able to use all of it, and I do know that from experience. There's so much of my collection that goes untouched. I want to kind of go forward with this and not really give myself any sort of rules or restrictions or budget or anything like that, but just let my awareness of what I'm consuming dictate, you know, what I do end up buying. You know, am I, you know, never gonna shop a Sephora VIB sale again? No, like, definitely that's gonna happen, and I'm going to feel okay about it, because I'll have the thinking and everything that I need to make sure that I'm buying the things that are going to, again, they're going to be things that I want. They're not going to be things that I need, but there's a balance. I know it might seem weird to some of you because I haven't been updating consistently. I've been thinking about it consistently. The no-buy has been with me, you know, this whole time. I just haven't been talking about it on camera. So I know that for some people it just might seem a little weird because they're only seeing what I'm talking about when I am on camera, and they're not seeing it, like, every single day when, you know, I'm like, oh, that looks nice, but I'm on my no-buy. Or like even things outside of makeup, things that I want, things that I'm like, oh, that would be really nice to have. I don't know, I look at the whole no-buy thing as kind of a detox, a way to challenge yourself and you're really like switching things up really drastically. So I feel like you end up learning about yourself in a way that you wouldn't be able to do without kind of making those changes. But yeah, I would love to hear, you know, if you've kind of been feeling the same way as me maybe, or I don't know, if you guys are like totally like, no, I'm still struggling, like, I would still love to hear your update. You know, I think it comes down to is everyone's just kind of different, and I guess I was expecting, because I really do feel like my shopping addiction was really, really bad, so I just felt like it was really going to take a lot longer. That's basically all I had. If you guys have any questions, definitely leave them down below. If you just want to share a little bit with me about maybe your own no-buy, or just if you have, you know, and totally you're welcome to give me, you know, if you have advice that you want to, you know, give me, that's totally fine. I think ultimately it will be a very personal decision whether I continue my no-buy or not, but I am open to kind of hearing people's kind of, I guess, opinions about it, as long as they're kind of put in a nice way. Anyways, I hope you all have a really great day. Again, I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. It just can be like literally anything no-buy related. Let me know how yours is going. If you have thoughts one way or the other, I would love to hear from you. I like to have those kind of conversations, and I feel like the no-buy videos, the two that I've done so far, had led to some really great ideas and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I hope that this video wasn't too all over the place. I'm just rambling at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.